Right, what were you going to ask me?
How long have we been talking about doing this activation together? Longer than a month?
Very much a long time. We've been
Longer than 1 year?
It's probably, it might even be 2 years. No, so today we're going on a bit of a hike. We're going not there, but over there. You actually can't really see the peak. It's a 10-pointer SOTA today.
I think so.
And it's a little bit chillier than we expected. It is still summer here, but luckily we packed well. So
packed for Tasmania.
We did pack for Tasmania. So we're going to go along, and it's not only a SOTA summit, it's also a POTA park as well. I've got fatter. We're also running APRS. Right, so because we are out in the remote Tasmanian wilderness here, we do need to make sure that we register our walk, because that would be a responsible thing to do.
Contact number, we just write my number for the moment. And we just discovered something very important.
So highest peak is 3 to 4 hours, return moderate.
And I won't be logging unless I have my phone and my glasses.
Yeah.
But between here and there, you have all the time you want to explain to me APRS so that I understand it. And when we get to the top, we're doing SOTA.
Oh, okay. I'm going to have to explain AX25 protocol over the next 2 hours.
Said no rain, Stephen.
It did say no rain.
What's this?
And it is drizzling at the moment. So it's all reasonably easy going here at the moment. But, well, no, it said no rain, but it said less than 1 millimetre of rain. Technically correct still. So I've got running here at the moment on my handheld 145, 175, which is our APRS channel. And there's a GPS in this radio. And what it does is beacons every so often, depending on the speed, direction, which way we're turning, all that sort of thing. Beacons the position. It then sends that via RF to a digipeater, which is located on another mountaintop from here that we can see.
Yep.
And then from there, it will get repeated again. And then the idea is that it will eventually land at an iGate, internet gateway. And then what it will do, it gets sent out to the internet and mapped on aprs.fi is the website, the main one.
Yep.
And then you can have live tracking of objects. So in this case, we're just walkers.
Yep.
But you can have it in your vehicle, you can have it on a boat, you can have it in a plane, quad bike, all sorts of different things. The whole purpose of APRS was tracking objects.
Okay.
Now the protocol behind it is a little bit more complicated than what I can explain. But essentially, yeah, it's digital radio sending GPS positions and packets over the air. You can also send messages as well. So you can send message systems. So for instance, like what we're doing today with SOTA, some people will bring a radio that they can send a special string on, APRS string. And if it's picked up by a digipeater and then gets to the internet somewhere else, then you can send a SOTA alert or a SOTA spot by APRS if you're outside of internet coverage. So some people do that as well, if that makes sense. That's probably the simplistic way of explaining it. I'm sure that everyone else in the comments below will be able to elaborate more on what APRS does.
Can I ask you a question about it?
Sure.
So you've talked about it eventually getting to, whether it's through the first repeater we hit or a subsequent repeater it's referred onto.
Yep.
You've talked about this APRS signal getting to a internet gateway.
Yep.
And it's obviously from that interface. If there were people wanting to guess how long it's taking us to get to the top,
yeah,
they could be watching us moving along.
They could, yep.
Okay.
So if they're watching the map and they know what our call sign is, or they refer to it as SSID,
yeah,
then they can watch to see where we are.
Yeah.
Your family and friends can also see where you are.
Yeah.
Some people, especially here in Australia, go to remote outback, no phone coverage. A lot of people use Starlink now, but they can beacon HF APRS. Okay. And beacon their position as well. So yeah, speed, height, or altitude, heading, position, direction, all that sort of thing. So yeah.
Okay. Next question. Let's say we're really going bush in Tasmania, like we're actually being a bit fair dinkum and we're hiking out there for several days.
Yeah.
And let's say we miss the track.
Yeah.
Someone comes looking for us.
Yeah.
So we don't have radio contact.
We don't have an EPIRB?
Let's just say we're not in danger, but people are looking for us.
Oh, okay, yep.
Can, without using a repeater, can the signal that your radio is beaconing from time to time, can that be picked up by other amateurs on their radio, or arguably search services, that if they were basically, if they put a net over the general idea of where they think we are,
Yep.
could someone who's got hold of a radio,
Yep.
connected to some kind of device or the radio directly,
Yep.
be able to look for your particular signal and go, yes, we've picked up the signal, so we know we're close. And it was rather convenient that you sent location data with, with that signal.
If you're still beaconing, yes.
Yeah.
So what you would do is so for instance, if we were out here and people knew that we're on APRS, right?
Yep.
And they knew that we were beaconing, but they didn't know, they hadn't received a report in a while, and presumably we're out of coverage because we're out away from coverage.
Further than today.
They could drive down within coverage to, say, the bottom of the car park with a laptop, with the radio connected to the laptop with the map, and they could decode the GPS strings, and then they should be able to see if we're still transmitting.
Sufficiently to get to the car park?
Yes.
Okay, roger.
So that's why, so some amateurs they'll beacon APRS, they'll have their radio sitting, say, crossband or something down in the car, or with an internet connection, as like iGate's internet gateway. So then what they can do is then they can always have coverage out wherever they are, even if they're out bush, as long as they can still get back to their car. That makes sense. As long as the car battery doesn't go flat, that's right. Ooh, now we've gone into rainforest.
Here's a question for you. There are square, absolutely square cubic scats on our track.
I did see that.
What Tasmanian animal puts out absolutely perfect
square cubes?
Cubic scats?
Wombats.
Wombats. Welcome to Tasmania.
Don't, safety tip too, don't ever run into a wombat, well, first of all in your car, because they have been known to be pretty brick-like and cause damage to your car, but B, on a bicycle. I had a kid in my high school, going down a straight piece of road, really steep, hit a wombat over the handlebars, broken arm, lots of cuts and abrasions.
Was that you, Hayden?
It was not me, no.
So is that the point where you go, winner, wombat?
Winner, the wombat definitely won.
And charging dock?
No, I got a multi-charge. So up there somewhere in that little saddle, we saw someone before the GoPro died. So they're probably, what, you reckon 45 minutes ahead of us?
45 minutes? Oh, I'm slow. Let's call it now.
Call it now. Well, they said 3 hours return, so we are
we started walking
41 minutes in, and we have stopped a couple of times because we've been gas bagging.
Yeah.
But look at this, very nice magical place. How you doing back there, Jim?
I'm doing all right.
We've started the climb, so goes up the hill a little bit further, but the good news is it's not raining anymore.
Wait 5 minutes.
Wait 5 minutes, and it's quite nice. There's no wind on this side, so hopefully there's no wind on the other side. Wishful thinking, right?
Well, you can wish for it, and there's a 50% chance you'll be right.
Yeah. We're up a bit higher now. There's the lake, and I think we're just a little bit of rock scrambling to go. Getting a bit windier, and Jim was just telling me all about CW, Jim's a new CW operator, and why he runs CW on SOTA.
New and slow, and I have to concentrate, but it's good fun.
It is good fun. And doing SOTA gets you to a level of fitness that you want to do, but also gives you a sense of accomplishment once you get to the end of it.
One mountain at a time.
One mountain at a time. I found our activation spot. Oh yeah! What? Wasn't my job to pack the radios.
Oh.
I was expecting a comms install up here. We made it.
Yeah.
We've done Hart's Peak. Time to activate. Or time to have some lunch and activate.
Yeah. Now I don't know what you're doing with yourself, but I've got a seat.
Oh, I thought that was a laptop.
Yeah. Hey, how you doing? I'm sitting.
I do not bring. Oh, well, this is my seat.
Mate, I'm packed for tushy comfort. Tushy comfort.
Now that we're officially activating this peak for the first time, you've got the HRDX sticker to put on the pole.
Thank you, mate.
So you can christen that, representing the channel on all of the SOTA activations.
You haven't checked out my radio etiquette yet, mate. Are you sure?
I have. I've done SOTA activations with you before.
You're just making sure I don't give you a bad name by being a poor operator.
There you go.
Now, you know what's missing from this picture?
What?
The antenna's not up and we're not operating.
Well, we're going to have lunch first.
Righto.
Lunch is always very important. If you want a HRDX sticker to put on your SOTA pole, then have a look below. There's a link to where you can get your stickers from. All right, let's have some lunch, and well, you want to get the antenna up. You're keen.
I just want to not start operating, but I just want to
plan it all out.
So Adam Casey's ARK, is he your mate?
He is my mate.
Well, there you go.
You can say hello to Adam.
Well, hello.
I will send this video to Adam.
Right, well, let's use Adam's antenna.
Okay. So Adam, your antenna is being used to activate the great southwest of Tasmania here.
Constructing Adam's antenna, even though he does do a very, very good video, which is very, very helpful, it was beyond my skill level, and I made a complete rubber duck of it. And I had to go away, have a think, improve my delicate soldering technique.
Yep.
Come back and make it a second time. And when I made it,
did you test it the first time and it didn't work? Is that what it was?
Yeah, it didn't work.
Right.
And it was error on my part.
Yep.
Nothing wrong with Adam's kit. It was error on my part.
Mm-hmm.
When I went back and with some improved skills, built it a second time, worked first go. At the end of the antenna, BNC.
Yep.
Feed line in RG316, BNC.
Lightweight cover. Yep.
Connect here.
Yep.
And that's just a little bit of plastic that's going to go over the end of the pole.
Which we got here, which has just been temporarily lashed to this here. Because now you've got the HRDX sticker on it, it means you get 3 dB more signal.
Do you realise?
That's how it works.
Do you realise, mate?
And because you got the club sticker, it's actually 6 dB.
Well, I'll tell you what, now we've got your sticker on there.
Mm.
The only adjustment to my kit, which has usually been a very successful kit, the only adjustment today is your sticker. So if we don't get 4 contacts today...
That's my fault.
If we don't get 4 contacts today, mate, you are going to get paid out.
Let me, hold on, let me untangle this as well.
Okay.
We could actually run this out now. Where are we going to run it? Where would you like to run it?
Out that way somewhere?
Out that way? How far do you reckon we're going to get?
Because when I made this antenna, no CW, and so I cut the antenna to be resonant on the voice portions of the band.
Yep.
And that's all very well.
So we got a little tuner.
And then for the reasons that we discussed when I couldn't nearly activate a mountain, I didn't know CW, and I should have. I've now learned CW.
Yeah.
But I need to tune it just to give me a little bit of help when I'm trying to put it down lower in the band.
So you got a little portable tuner.
CQ Summit,
I'll put the spot up.
CQ Summit. This is Victor Kilo 7 Juliet Zulu, VK7 JZ with company, calling CQ from Harts Peak in southwest Tasmania. CQ Summit, Victor Kilo 7 Juliet Zulu with company, standing by.
Good afternoon, Jim. Have you 4 and 2, 42, Jim, over.
4242, Roger, thank you. Do you mind standing by for Hayden, please?
Roger, and for the park, VK3 Kilo Alpha India 4 and 2, Jim, over.
Afternoon, Hayden. Yeah, thanks for the 5-9 and you're also a 5-5. QSL?
QSL, thanks for the contact, Angela.
Yeah, cheers and have a good day there and I'll say 73.
Thank you, Angela, 73. VK7 Juliet Zulu, standing by.
Do you reckon we could activate on 160 metres next time? We'll just string a long wire across to the other peak.
If you want to carry that much wire, I'm up for it. My radio will do 160 metres. I'm just not sure I want to carry that much wire.
How far away is that, do you reckon?
A couple of Ks.
Couple of K?
I'm actually wondering, because it's in the activation zone, if that little false summit over there
Yeah.
would actually be a better spot for setting up to activate, because it's a little bit flatter for you to be able to string out and get your antenna
Yeah.
up above the rocks a bit.
Yeah.
Whereas here, we're in the air, but we're actually really close to the fall of the rock face.
Yeah, so your antenna's close to the ground.
Yeah. We've been calling now for,
Half an hour?
no, only 10 minutes.
Yeah.
I'm thinking, why don't we change bands, see what 20 metres will do for us,
Yep.
then try 15.
Yep.
If we manage to pick up our fourth and any extras, great, let's do that. Pack up, go home, move on to the next peak.
We do have 2 metres as well.
And we've got 2 metres.
So it'd be good to be able to activate it for the park as well.
Yeah, so if we can get 10, even better.
So what do we got now? We've got 3 so far.
We've got 3 for SOTA.
And 4 for the parks.
Cool.
What are we doing here, Jim? We're putting up the Farah J. This is the Farah J from Ben. And hold on, we've got to put the coax on. Please lay back down. We've learnt some things. So one thing is that hey? Yeah, what lesson's that?
So if you have an IC705 and on its internal battery is 5 watts, and you have the option of connecting an external battery for 10 watts,
Yep.
and you actually went to the effort of lumping the battery up the mountain, just suggestion, maybe connect the external battery.
Yes.
Don't look at the external battery in your backpack
After you've packed up.
after you've packed up.
Righto, let's keep on going. Right, so we finished the SOTA summit and we're back. We're back at just down from the car park, and but we didn't get the park. We've got 7 contacts, and we need to activate the park. We need 10. So we've activated the summit with 4. So we're still within the park boundaries here. So what we're going to do is we're going to set up. It's a bit easier here than up on top of the mountain.
And park rules are a little different to
SOTA rules.
SOTA rules. In no way can you use anything connected to, attached to, powered from
The vehicle.
the vehicle.
Yep.
But with the park, you can.
Plug in the battery.
There's an idea.
There's an idea. 10 watts. 10 watts of power. Right, do you want me to spot? No reception on the phonos. CQ Parks, Victor Kilo 7, Hotel, Victor Kilo 7, Hotel, calling CQ Parks and listening.
VK7 Hotel, VK7 Alpha November.
Oh, VK7 Alpha November, VK7 Hotel Hotel. G'day there, Al. You are 5x9, 59, over.
Roger, very weak up here, 3x0, 1230 QSL.
Victor Kilo 2 Zulu Radio, 5x5, 55.
Good afternoon, Hayden. Name this way is Peter. You're also a 5x5, 5x5 at QSL.
Yeah, QSL there, Peter. Thank you very much for the 5x5. I just realised I got a second operator here and forgot to pass the microphone over for the previous contact. I'll pass you over to the second operator. Over.
Stand by.
That was VK2 Zulu Romeo.
Yep.
VK2 Zulu Romeo. VK7 Juliet Zulu.
Sorry, I forgot to pass the mic over.
This makes the video.
Now, one of the things about doing POTA out in the middle of nowhere like this is that you get very little RF noise. And sometimes you don't even realise that your antenna's even connected. So you can see just how strong signals are and just how little noise it is. So it's really, really good for those that suffer in the city. So if you want to get on HF and you want to try something new, get outside into the parks like this. And the thing is you can set up from your vehicle. You don't need to, walk to the top of a mountain like we just did, but you can operate from the vehicle. So that's one of the great things about parks on the air, on that program, that you can do these kind of things. I was just saying, Jim, about how quiet the RF is out here. Like, you wouldn't even think the antenna's connected.
No.
Because of how quiet it is.
Magic, isn't it?
It's absolutely magic. We've managed to get that summit knocked over. We've managed to activate the park here. So we've accomplished a lot. And it's always good to get some extra points in the bag.
Thank you, mate. Nice walk.
No worries. Now, if you want to see some other SOTA activations or park activations, I've done quite a couple of videos on them. They'll appear here on the screen now if you want to check those out. A little bit more of an adventure out here in the Tasmanian wilderness. See you in the next video.